There are so many operators in JavaScript, one of which is a ternary operator. This operator is a conditional operator that evaluates a given expression, which you can call a conditional expression, and depending on the returned Boolean value of that expression, some other expressions that you provide will be executed. You can use this operator in place of if statement in some scenarios. And in this video, I'll simplify with examples what the ternary operator is and how to use it in JavaScript. First, let's look at the syntax of the ternary operator. The ternary operator involves three operands. The first operand is the conditional expression, which we call condition, and then you have a question mark, and then the next operand is the true expression, which will be executed if this condition is true. Then you have a colon, and then you have the false expression, which will be executed if this condition is false. Now this ternary operator returns something, so you can assign the return value to a variable. I'll just call this constant variable is equals to this. So if this true expression is executed, the return value of this expression will be assigned to variable, else the false expression returned value will be assigned to this variable. Now, like I said, you can use the ternary operator in place of if statement. So let me show you an example. Let's say we have a score variable called 80, and then we have a score rating variable. I'm using let here because I'm going to reassign the value of this variable. Let's say we have our if statement. We say if score is greater than 70, then we assign a value to score rating, which I'm going to call excellent, like this. Else, then we are going to assign a different value to score rating, which I say can do better. Now if I come here and I console.log score rating, and I come here and I run this file, you can see we have excellent, and that's because the score, which is 80, is greater than 70, so this excellent value is assigned to this variable. Now we can improve this code using a ternary operator. How can we do that? I'm just going to comment all of this here. So let's say down here we have our score, which is still 80. Then here I can use my ternary operator. First thing I said is the condition. So what is the condition here? Score greater than 70. Then we have our question mark. Then what is the true expression? The true expression is this excellent string. And what is the false expression? The false expression is this can do better string. And then we're going to assign the return value to a variable called score rating, like this. So we have score rating equals to condition question mark true expression, which will be returned to score rating if this results to true, and if it results to false, then we have this false expression, which will be returned to score rating. Now let me come here and then console.log score rating. If I come here, clear this, and I run this file again, you see we have excellent, like this. And let's say I make this 50. Score greater than 70 is false, so this is the expression that will be returned to this score rating variable. If I run this, you can see we have can do better. So you can see how we have improved this if statement here by using this ternary conditional operator here. You can also have nested ternary operators. Now let's say we have another example. I'll come here again. Let's say I have score equals 60, and then here I have score rating again. Then I have an if statement that says if score greater than 70, we still have that score rating is equals to excellent. Then I have else and if, another condition, if score greater than 50, then the score rating should be average. Then we now have our final else, so which means if this is true, this will run. If this is false, then we have another if that checks if this is true, this will run. But if this is false again, then we have our final else where we say score rating is equals to can do better. I'm just going to come here, console.log score rating. If I come here, clear the console and run this, you see we have average. That's because score is 60. 60 is not greater than 70, but it is greater than 50. So this is the line that is executed. Now, how can we write this with a ternary operator? This is where we use multiple ternary operators, and I'm going to show you how. I'll comment this again, come down here, then I have constant score equals to 60, and then we're going to have first our condition. The first condition we have is score greater than 70. So I have score greater than 70. Then I have my question mark, and then I have the true expression. The true expression here is excellent. Then I have my colon, and after this colon, I'm supposed to put my false expression. But instead of putting my false expression, then I'm going to have another ternary operator because I want to check a new condition. So here I'm going to have another ternary operator, and again a ternary operator starts starts with a condition. So the condition here will be score greater than 50. And then I have question mark again. And then I have the true expression. The true expression here is average. So I have average. Then I'm going to have colon, and then this is where I'm going to add the false expression. Since I don't have any other conditional expressions, then I can finally enter the false expression, which is going to be can do better. And I'm going to assign the return value of this ternary expression to score rating. So this is what it looks like. We have our first condition, then we have the true expression after the question mark, then in the colon, in the place we're supposed to have the false expression, we do another conditional check using ternary operator. So we have our condition first, the first operand, we have a question mark, then we have the true expression, and finally we have the false expression. Now if I come here and I console.log score rating, if I come here and I clear this, if I run this, you see we have average. If I change this score to 50, since 50 is not greater than 50, it's going to be false. So this expression will not be executed. This expression will be executed. So if I run this, you can see we have can do better. So you can see how we use the ternary operator to improve our conditional expressions, where we are able to declare our condition and then assign the return value to a variable. But you should be careful when you use ternary operators, because as you can see here, this becomes harder to read. Imagine we have another conditional expression here, and maybe we have like 5 conditional expressions combined together. It makes code harder to read, and in such cases, using an if statement or even a switch statement would be easier to read and understand. But as you can see in our first example here, where we just had one conditional expression, in such cases, using a ternary operator can actually improve the readability of your code, reduce the lines of your code, and even make your code easier to understand. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and also turn on notifications for more concepts I'll be simplifying in JavaScript.